The first card you have for your past is the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a really sad card. Obviously, this card is about being left out or feeling left out. I think you might have been around some people. I can see more than one person. I think you were feeling a little bit alone, more than a little bit alone, very alone around these people. I think you might have had very, very different ideas, very different views about things that these people were very, very adamant about, very set on. They're very set in their ways. They might have tried to force their views on you. They might have even tried to make fun of your beliefs or your views. And you're feeling very left out, even though you're around people. And feeling left out when you're kind of with a group of people is worse than actually being alone. I'd much rather be by myself all day, every day, than be around people who are really making life miserable for me. Of course, anyone feels like that. So I think you might have been trying to convince them of something, or you're trying to get your point across to them. The boy on this card, in the front of this card, has a bell around his neck. So, he's outside in the cold, obviously, but he wants to be heard. He wants someone to notice him, help him, listen to him. So he has this bell, so it will ring out and attract attention to him. And I'm seeing, I don't know if this will make sense, but there might be someone else who was around these people who these people automatically accept, and they agree with everything they say. That's what I'm seeing. Someone who, this is a family situation, and these are all family members, I think. That's what I'm seeing here. And I think you've probably really, really changed as a person, or you're very different to the way they imagine that you should be for some reason. I think you really, really differ on a lot of things, very kind of basic things. You're just very, very different people. And I think you might actually end up distancing yourself from these people. It might be something that you do in the new year, actually. I'm not seeing you totally cutting them off, but you'll probably keep a distance from them, and most probably in the new year, because nobody wants to feel like that. And also, because there's someone else who they automatically kind of agree with everything they say and accept and all of that, and you're kind of the odd person out, almost, if that makes sense. And it's horrible to feel like that. It really, really is. So I really hope you do this. I really hope you do distance yourself from them, as much as you can. The next card you have for your past is the Wheel of Fortune. So, you're very independent anyway. I think you'll be fine if you do distance yourself from these people, if you are working on your own, being more on your own. And I think you're usually quite confident. I'm getting this feeling that when you go and visit these people, you always think you're going to be fine. You think, oh, the wheel's turning around in the right direction. This is all going to be fine. Yeah, everything's going my way. It'll be fine. This time I'll be ready for them. I'll be strong. I can cope with them, all of that kind of thing. I know what their attitudes are. It's not going to bother me. And then you see them, or you spend time with them, and the wheel goes back in the opposite direction. You feel very bad, or there's some incident, something happens, they say something, they do something, something happens around them, and your confidence is just knocked, and the wheel turns back in the other direction. So I think, whoever this is would really knock anyone's confidence. It's not you. Don't ever feel like this is because of you, or you're weak, or you're not strong enough, or you're not good enough. That is not true. It's them. And, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you at all. I don't think there's any point in trying to get your point across to them, or put your point across to them. I don't think they actually want to listen to you. I know that sounds very, very sad, but you're right to minimize your time with them. That's what I'm seeing. If this is resonating with you, I don't think they'll be happy with your decision to distance yourself from them. I think what might happen is you'll try to distance yourself, and I think this is probably going to happen. You'll distance yourself, and then they'll come running back to you. What are you doing? Why are you doing that for? We haven't done anything. They'll try and turn it around on you, like this wheel. It's going to turn around, turning it around on you, blaming it on you, make you feel guilty, make you come back again. They're going to try all kinds of tricks. But really, they're not going to like this. But really, this card is about a karmic cycle or a karmic wheel. So their own actions have brought on these consequences. So they've brought it on themselves. So if you do distance yourself from them, if you do decide even not to talk to them ever again, they've brought that on themselves. Now that sounds like I'm really harsh, really cruel, because I know a lot of people say in my comments, oh, you're telling people to get away from their family and that's not fair and all of that. No, it's not good to be away from your family. It's not good to kind of distance yourself from your family if they are people who are not harming you, if they're people who aren't bringing you any harm. Of course, it's wonderful to be around your family, you know, and to be very loyal to your family and to really love them and really take care of them. Of course, most families are like that. But not every family is. Every family is very different. There are very different situations depending on who you are and where you're with. There are some terrible families out there. There's some wonderful ones and some not so good ones and some terrible ones, extreme ones. So I don't think you can always say, always be with your family no matter what. And I don't think you can always say, oh, never be with your family. It depends on the situation. And I can only speak about the situation I'm seeing on here. So I won't go on about that anymore. So yes, the last card you have, your past, is the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, you come across as a really, really stable person emotionally. You come across as someone who doesn't really get upset very easily, but actually on the inside you do. You can be very emotional on the inside. It's just that people don't often get to see that. And this could be one of the reasons why these people keep on with their behavior. It's not an excuse. I'm not making any excuses for their behavior at all. There are no excuses for that behavior. But they might not realize how much of this actually does hurt you or affect you because they can't see what's going on on the inside. I think you might be putting on a brave face and not kind of showing that. And I can see why. I mean, I wouldn't like to open myself up to any of these people. So I don't know if this is going to make sense, but I'm seeing that maybe they don't understand your career choices either. I think you might have some kind of specialty thing. There's something you specialize in your work. It's something very unusual. And these people don't understand that. Maybe they don't want to understand that. I keep on seeing that your job or your career might be something that maybe not a lot of people do. If this is family, I think some of these people in this family might feel that they can't talk to other people about what you do. They might feel very awkward about talking about this. I don't know why. I mean, it's not that strange. But again, this is all about them. This is all about how they feel. And, you know, it might be a situation where if they're your parents or aunties or uncles or whatever, but, you know, let's say if they're your parents, there might be people around them that say, oh, my son's a lawyer, my daughter's a doctor, my son's something amazing, a banker, some big thing. Oh, they own a big company, they earn all this money, they're amazing. And they say, what does your son do? What does your daughter do? And they might say, for example, a tarot reader. Now, I'm not saying, obviously, I don't think there's anything wrong with being a tarot reader. Why would I think that? But according to narrow-minded people, certain people, that is a really terrible, evil, bad, crazy, loony kind of thing to do. And they might feel embarrassed about telling people that that's what you do. So I'm not saying that's what you do, but it's something that's a little bit something that they can't quite get their head around. It's something quite different. I mean, a lot of people on YouTube have that. If they have that for their full-time job, they say, oh, I'm on YouTube. And they go, oh, what do you really do? That's just a silly nothing. You know, they don't understand it. And some of that might be generational as well. But yeah, I just keep on going with what you're doing. It's the right thing to do. It's always the wrong thing to change what you're doing to kind of please other people, especially if you know in your heart that what you're doing is the right thing and it's giving you a lot of pleasure, and you can tell, you know, your instincts, everything's telling you that you're doing the right thing. So they're just going to have to be uncomfortable about that. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, the first card you have for your present is the World. So if you do distance yourself from these people, especially the worst ones, especially the kind of ringleaders of all of this, the ones that say the worst things to you, you'll feel a lot freer. You really, really will feel so much freer. This is the card of freedom. And it's also the card of new beginnings, beautiful new beginnings. So I think, excuse me, I just had a hiccup. Oh, that's better. So yeah, next year is going to be so different for you. It's going to be full of changes, and you'll have so much more confidence. You'll have confidence and you'll have the discipline to be able to implement all of these amazing changes. I'm seeing work changes. I'm seeing other changes. You might have a business you're running. You might have all sorts of different things going on, and you'll be able to do this quite quickly and quite efficiently as well. Yeah, you're going to have huge goals. These aren't going to be kind of the usual New Year's resolutions with you, the ones that people, when people say, oh, I'm going to give up smoking or I'm going to get fit. And obviously there's nothing wrong with doing any of those things. That's absolutely fine. But, these are really, really, really big goals that you're going to do. And I think part of being able to achieve these goals are going to depend on you having confidence in yourself. So this is another reason why I think you're doing the right thing by distancing yourself from these people. I think as the more time you spend away from these people, the more confidence you will get, the more your confidence is going to grow. And again, that sounds really, really harsh, and I'm going to have some people say to me, oh, don't say that. But if this resonates, you'll understand exactly what I mean. You will understand this. So yeah, the next card you have for your present is the Emperor. So yes, again, I don't mean to keep on talking about these people, but I keep on seeing them in the Emperor as well. So they have very, very, very set ways. They all have almost regimented ways of seeing things. They have very, very narrow thinking. They have a very narrow view of things. They don't see any other way as being correct unless it's their way. That's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing that this might be giving you a lesson to learn from as well. Don't be angry. But there's someone around you. There's a love connection, I think, around you, and they feel some distance from you. I think they'd just like to see some emotion coming from you. And, I'm seeing that before, that you do feel things very, very deeply, but sometimes it can be very hard for you to express those emotions. It can be hard for you to show that to people. And yeah, if these people who I keep on seeing are your family, and I think they are, this might be the reason why you might be afraid of people's reactions if you open yourself up to them, if that makes sense. But this person does really love you. They care for you. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, I can see that very clearly. So if this resonates and you're struggling to open yourself up, just be open with them. Just explain how you feel. Just explain that you might be struggling with opening up your emotions to them, but you want to. It's not that you don't want to. They're a very, very understanding person, and I think, they're a very good person to be around too. If this is your partner, and you are in a relationship with this person, hold on to them. I think this person's very, very, very good for you. Actually, I think they're perfect for you. Yeah, I think they really are. The last card you have for your present is the King of Wands. So I think you're going to be getting some of your confidence back at this time, which is really good. I think yeah, I'm seeing you around people. I'm seeing you around groups of people. I'm seeing you talking and laughing and feeling fine, not feeling self-conscious at all. It's only when you're around these people in the Wheel of Fortune that you feel really self-conscious and you start kind of shutting up or kind of shutting yourself out. Yeah, so this is really great. You're a lot more confident, I'm seeing. But again, just be really careful, because this person who is this love connection, this person in the Emperor, they might be feeling a little bit left out again. even more so if you're talking and laughing with other people. You know, they might be thinking, why can they talk and laugh with so many people, expressing their opinions and having conversations, close conversations, and talking about all sorts of things? Why can't they be more like that around me? Why can't they be like that around me? Why can't they give me that same amount of attention? I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing this person being attention seeking. I don't think they just want your attention for no reason. I think they just like you to show them a little bit more emotion. They just like you to share more of yourself with them. That's what I'm seeing. They want you to open up and share more of yourself. So if this resonates, try to talk to them about how they're feeling, even if you have to make an effort to do something that might not feel natural to you, because I know that sharing your emotions might not feel that natural to you all the time. So try to do that. Try to include them in your conversations as well when you can with other people. I don't think you'd ever hurt them deliberately. You really, really wouldn't want to do that. I think you would, you'd do anything not to hurt them. So just be mindful of that. That's just what I'm picking up there. So the first card you have for your future is the Star. So yeah, you might be having a few communication problems with this person, but I'm not seeing either of you wanting to give up. I think you both have a lot of hope with this Star. You have a lot of hope for this relationship. And I think you both think this can work. You're both survivors as well. I'm getting that as well. And you've both had to endure. You've both had to survive a lot throughout your lives. I think you've had a lot of conversations about this. I think you might have actually sort of bonded through sharing your background stories, which is really, really nice. It's kind of brought you closer. There's an ibis in the tree behind this beautiful woman's elbow. And, ibises are survivors. They can survive almost any conditions. They're very strong birds. They're very resourceful birds. And I think you've survived your past separately. You've come together and you've shared that. And now you're going to get through your futures together. You're going to pool your strengths, bring them together, because you both care about each other. You both have hope for this relationship, and you're going to help one another get through this. This is very, very beautiful. This is beautiful. I love what I'm seeing in this card. Very good. Very nice. The next card you have for your future is the Page of Pentacles. So yes, this person who wants you to get closer to them, this person in the Star card again, your partner, they love you, they care about you, they adore you. Look at the way this page is holding up this coin and looking at it. He looks as if he's in love with this coin. Look at his face. He also sees it as being a little bit fragile, and it's almost like he's afraid to drop it. So your partner might not be telling you everything that they feel at this time. I think they are in the future. I think they're going to kind of open up gradually, slowly to you, but at this time they're not doing that. And they might be feeling a little bit unsure of things, keeping quiet about how they're feeling, all of that kind of thing. But this is the card of growth. This is the card of springtime with all of these wild flowers at this page's feet. So I think you are going to grow with them, and I think you're probably going to have a conversation with them soon. I think they're going to come and ask you for this conversation, and they're going to try to talk to you about how they really feel and where things are going in the relationship and all of that kind of thing. And I think they're probably, at this time, they're probably thinking very carefully about what they want to say to you. They might even be making notes about what they want to say. Don't laugh. I do that sometimes if I have an important conversation, even if it's a personal one. Sometimes I make notes so that I don't forget what I want to say. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, and this is someone who thinks really, really carefully about what they say and how they say it. I'm not seeing that they're going to blame you on anything. But, if this resonates, take what they have to say very, very seriously. Listen to them seriously. Just watch them, look at them in the eye, listen to what they have to say. They're taking this seriously, and they would appreciate it if you did as well. I don't think that you would deliberately not take them seriously, but you might not look like you are. It might be that. So really make an effort to show them that you're taking them seriously. The last card you have for your future is the Two of Pentacles. So yes, this card can be about feeling as if you're not being taken seriously. Again, look at this man. He looks very silly. He's got a crazy hat, crazy outfit. He looks like he's kind of in a circus or something. So, you know, this card can be about not being taken seriously or feeling like you're not being taken seriously. So yeah, this is another message to you to make sure that you take this person seriously when they speak to you. Really make an effort to make sure that they know that you want to take them seriously. Because all through this reading I've been picking up that whether you mean it or not, they do feel that you're not noticing them, you're not taking notice of them, you're not including them in things, all of that kind of thing. They just want to be in. They just want to be let into your heart, let into your mind. That's what I'm seeing. Again, this is a really, really good person for you. I keep on seeing that all through this reading. So take them seriously and take note of what they're saying, and really, really, you know, really just nurture them. Just take care of them. They just want you to be there for them. That's what I'm seeing.